Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Marco Tricca here. Oggi I'm gonna tell you about my guitars. We start with my Gibson SG. I'm gonna tell you a few stories about my guitars. This is a small series. I'm gonna start for my channel. The first episode is today, is now, and we're talking about my Gibson SG. This Gibson is a Gibson from 1978. 78. Is a guitar that I bought in Italy when I was still in Italy. For who doesn't know, I moved from Italy in Hollywood, Los Angeles, in 2006, 20 years ago exactly, in my birthday day. That was my biggest present I did to myself. Was the flight ticket for Los Angeles. I left Italy, was my birthday. I arrived in Los Angeles, it was my birthday. So this guitar I bought it in Italy about almost 30 years ago, around 1996, 98. That's the years I bought this guitar. I had this guitar for a long time, so I played a lot in Italy with my two covers band. One was a kind of AC/DC, Iron Maiden, Skid Row, Bon Jovi covers band, and the other one was a little bit more, still rock, but a little bit more pop. There are a couple bands maybe you don't know because they are famous Italian bands. One is Vasco Rossi, one is Litfiba, Ligabue, or all rock artists from Italy, which are actually great artists. Obviously, Italy is more melodic, as a melodies from the voice, but the music was very, very rock. The second band, the band where we're covering Iron Maiden, AC/DC, was the band called 10th Degree, and it's the band with we recorded the first album that helped me to move in Hollywood, because had a couple of nominees from Los Angeles Music Awards and Hollywood Music Awards. Best rock song, best rock voice. Not my voice, obviously, but my singer voice, Caesar. So this guitar, to buy this guitar, I really did crazy things. The meaning is that in the moment was offered to me from a sailorman from Gibson. He had this SG that he needed to sell to close the year, the selling year. So he offered me a good price, and I didn't let it go because I love this guitar. This guitar is like a piece of my heart. So I did. I paid it in 3 months. I remember. It was, I think, about 1,800 euros, something like that. And we're talking about 30 years ago. The wood the guitar is was built in 78. Is an original Gibson. In Italy, it's a little bit more difficult to keep guitars in a perfect shape, because Italy is a very different place from California. It's very humid, and so the wood moves. But I did so many gigs with this guitar in Italy. This is the guitar that I brought with me, the only guitar I brought with me when I moved from Italy to Los Angeles, to Hollywood, and came with me on the airplane. My ticket was my biggest birthday present I did to myself, because I bought a ticket from June 14, which is my birthday, and I left Italy being my birthday and arrived to Los Angeles, to LAX, being my birthday. It was something amazing. So this guitar came with me. At the time, I was able to bring the guitar in the cabin and put it in the storage up to the seat. And as soon as I arrived, I started meeting a lot of musicians. So I played so many gigs with this guitar in different houses of guitar player drums that they have stage in the backyard. I played gigs to the Roxy, to the Key Club at the time. I remember playing before the Steel Panther, the band Steel Panther. Crazy. Thinking about right now is crazy. I was 39 when I moved here in LA 20 years ago. Exactly in June it will be 20 years exactly. I'm in California right now. I'm not in Hollywood anymore. I'm in Orange County. life goes forward. But this guitar, I don't have a name for this guitar. I don't name my guitars, but for the simple reason that to me they are all of them a piece of my heart. So I should call it Marco and I don't like that. So this guitar, because it's the more stable guitar I have, because it's the oldest wood, is the only guitar I keep in a drop D, because it's doesn't have a tremolo, which means the tuning is very stable. And it was stable since I moved here in Los Angeles, because one of the first things I did, I went to guitar centers in Sunset Boulevard, which you saw already in my channel. There is a video where I was there recently to see Kiki Wongo and Yvette Young presenting different pedals, their pedal boards. It was in internet live streaming, and we were about 50 people that we reserved the seat inside the room. It was amazing. But that guitar center was the guitar center where I was living like 300 yards from when I was living in Hollywood on Martel Avenue. Who knows Martel Avenue knows that it is exactly in front of Guitar Center as Semesh at the time, because Semesh at the time, 20 years ago, was still open. And actually I bought different guitars there. One of this guitar in my bag, I bought it on Semesh, not a Guitar Center. But anyways, Guitar Center was one of the store, like I used to say, is church and home. So home, Martel, and the church was these two stores. And one of the first things I did when I arrived here, because the difference of weather was so huge, Italy is so humid, here is so dry, I went to Guitar Center to do the setup to this Gibson. And at the time, the person that was doing the setup for guitars was amazing. I remember I still have his setup and moved practically nothing on this guitar. It's practically perfect, for at least for my way to play. But it's the crazy story for this guitar. Even this guitar played in different places, as I told you, Whiskey a Go-Go, Roxy, Key Club, Viper. The crazy story was a dangerous story. At the time, in the apartment, the house where I was living, I told you, close to Guitar Center, Semesh, I had this apartment, very nice. It was one apartment on the first floor, and in the ground floor was only 4 garages. So practically I had nobody on top, nobody around. It was just me in this building, okay? It was something amazing. So it was in a 2-bedroom apartment. I was living there with my girlfriend. The living room was the recording studio where I record the album with the band Maid, and a couple of songs of that album. One is in Sons of Anarchy, I think another one is on Chicago Fire. I remember the second one. Someone is calling me. But in that apartment, it was all carpet. It was an old house, but it was perfect for my needs in that moment. One day my girlfriend was cleaning with the vacuum, and with the noise she probably didn't even realize. But in that period, I was keeping the guitars, because I was recording every day, with these stands, guitar stands, okay? And they were on the floor in line. They were not on the wall like this one here. Thanks God there was a carpet. Practically the wire, the cable of the machine, the vacuum, grabbed the stand and pulled it in front. So this guitar fell down from the stand like this on the carpet. As you know, the SG is an amazing guitar, but there's a problem here. It's very thin, so this point of the neck is very fragile. I'm gonna show you. I don't know if you can see that this camera, maybe this camera, there is a kind of, looks like a sign here, a cut. I don't know which side, probably you can see it. It's like a cut that does like this. Practically the wood just split like this, okay? Because it's felt like down, so this the headstock went straight and the neck stays straight. So it just split. There was nothing broken, but it was split, and that was my safety thing. On the moment, I was furious. When I speak with my ex-girlfriend about this, she thought at the time I would kill her because, as I told you, this guitar is a piece of my heart. But you know, I was kind of calm, and I released the tension of the strings. I went to Guitar Center, and the guy that did the setup is right away told me, "Don't worry, this is fixable." And in fact, because the wood was split and not broken with a certain glue and a couple of days of fixing, it's probably 18 years since that fixing, and the guitar plays perfectly like before. Nothing changed, not tuning problem, nothing. It's perfect. And I'm so happy for that. This guitar is the guitar who knows me, my friends, my relatives, they know that when I die, this one is the only thing comes with me in underground, okay? This is the story. I was scared. I was so scared when that happened. I was really furious on this for a second. But my mind always worked. I'm a fixer. My mind always worked. When there is a problem, you have to find a solution right away. That's how works my mind. And so my anger was like a second, and then my brain went to the fixing mode, and I just left home and ran to Guitar Center. This is a big story. It was emotional, I can tell you. Thank you so much. Next episodes will be for the other guitars that you see here. There is some more guitar inside the closet. I hope you like it, and if you subscribe, you're gonna help me and my channel, and I'll see you next episode.